Hello guys, welcome back to my channel. Today I'm going to do this update tarot reading for BTS Jungkook for JK. Since it's been in the news that possibly on July. I think that the date is not confirmed by the company yet, but there seems to be rumors that his solo is coming up next. So yes, let's see what the cards have to say about this. Because honestly, I had been pulling cards for JK. I have been reading for him, and I don't know why I had the feeling that he was in a sort of relaxing mode and that he was like he was going to release obviously his individual work, but I don't know, I got the vibe that it wasn't going to happen, like he was just enjoying himself even though the product was there. So I want to mention this just in case. I think that this is a thought that comes into my mind, especially with the cards that I have here. um I'm going to try to make it sense. But yes, this is the feeling that I get about this, and I want to express it. I feel a strong need to put it into words, to express it. It doesn't change the fact that probably he's going to release it, like probably it's already is going to happen. But I think that, I don't know, I got a different vibe coming from him when I read for him. So I wonder what changed the plans. Um, so yes, let's start with the cards that he got. He got the Queen of Pentacles, Ace of Swords, Two of Pentacles, uh, Six of Swords, Six of Cups, and Ace of Wands. And then from the Oracle, he got the card of Moon in Aries, Protection. You know that this this card from the Oracle is the card, the Moon in Aries card. I call it like when the fans baby the idol. Protection. Them protecting, like, because I don't know if you can see it, but in the picture there's like a mother figure. There's a mother protecting a baby, and there's also another child. But she seems very overprotective of the baby. So I'm like, oh, this is like the idol's baby in the members or their favorite. But yeah. So starting with this Queen of Pentacles, like, I could say that this is him because he is an earth sign, and I don't want to take it literally. It could be his energy, but I think that it could also potentially be a female, like be someone, either a boss or someone that is like related to him, that because this is about his solo work, like there's something about this person being the responsible of making this decision, like somehow, I don't know if she was the one that was like, okay, we have to do it now, because with her there's this Ace of Swords, so definitely she's like the one that sort of is like delivering the news. She's the reason why this is being known, why this project, or maybe a date, or maybe because there had been like a lot of mystery around JK's solo work, just like with Taeyong. There's always this suspicion about like that the guys had been working on it, but it seemed like when it was going to drop, even though there was a feeling of like, this year is the year, we didn't know exactly when, like. So I think that this female here, this could be a manager, someone very influential, someone also very wealthy. It's like the one that is like, okay, like, I'm letting you know that this is happening. So I wonder what that means for JK. Because I'm sure he had been very careful about, what he wants to do and how he wants to deliver it. So I wonder if he feels comfortable with this female being here. Because I don't see this female being like she's taking it seems like she's pushing him over and like being like, okay, I'm the one that is calling the shots here, like, and I don't know, maybe it's my perception, but yeah, of course it's my perception, it's my tarot reading, but I don't know why I feel the need to put it into words. I'm like, I don't care how the final result is, but I think that the tarot is giving me a hint about something that I don't want to ignore it. Um and it sort of like annoys me how much like why is this Queen of Pentacles here and not JK? It sort of like annoys me that she's like the one in power, it seems. I mean, it could be a person or it could be female energy in general. But it's female energy like that is like related to him, obviously. And with this, I also have this very strong feeling about what happened with the invasion of his privacy. Remember that I said, and if you haven't watched it, I invite you to go and watch it, that there was something about these crazy stalkers, that they were demanding something out of JK. Like somehow them watching his lives and watching him just being chilling and, and having fun and just being himself. There was something about that was annoying, that they wanted to speed the process and see JK get back to work. Like they wanted the idol JK. They didn't want JK watching Netflix or drinking in his sweatpants. They wanted the idol JK. It's like there was this sort of like very compulsive need of like, okay, when are you going to go back? When are you going to release your? So I think that it has to do with these people. It has to do with these people. You know, and also with the Ace of Swords, it's a very like a straightforward communication. Like, we want it now. So yeah, I want you to have that in mind, because it's not going to serve to the narrative, because like at the end you're going to get the solo, it's going to be good, it's going to be like, but I think that there's something about here, I don't see JK. And this is about his solo, so I don't see. So I wonder what happened in here with this Queen of Pentacles. And if this is a stalker, this is someone that is very influential. Obviously, they have the resources, they have the money to somehow keep pushing things. You know. Also, with the Ace of not the Ace, the Two of Pentacles, there's this feeling of like, this solo is like, okay, now people got the news, like, there's some news about it, so I have to be flexible enough to somehow release this, and I have to move, and I have to adapt. But there's something about probably the project not being really like, because with the Two of Pentacles is like flexibility and also like working with what you have. But there's also this sense of like, I feel like I don't have enough, like I'm just starting. With the Two of Pentacles, everything is very, it's like, yes, you made an advance from the Ace of Pentacles, that is like, okay, you got one coin, and then in the Two of Pentacles you got two coins, so there's a level of like reproduction of your resources, like, okay, now I have two, so I can somehow start working with this. but it seems very green to me. It seems like, it's very like, it's too spontaneous for this kind of project that is very important. Or but then I see him like, traveling somewhere, probably, to ask someone from his past, because he has the six of cups, to ask someone from his past, probably a foreigner, someone that is overseas, for their input in this, or somehow for their advice, to somehow start giving it shape. Because I think that he here with the Two of Pentacles is like, I'm not sure yet about, I know I have it, but I'm not sure, like, and I think that he's going back to someone of, I know I want to say someone of his childhood, but someone that he met in his childhood. I don't know if this makes sense, but um, it's like, okay, I want to go back to the people that inspired me when I was younger, probably when I was in like, when I was a child. I'm going to travel and I'm going to get inspiration from there. So probably, there's going to be something in this solo release that is going to have to do with a very nostalgic kind of sound. Probably, if you listen to it, you are going to connect a bit with Jungkook's childhood. Like you're going to see a side of his younger self, and probably of his younger taste. Probably him using like styles or things that were from when the music that he used to listen when he was a young boy. And you're going to get that nostalgic vibe. You're going to get that nostalgic vibe. I don't know, maybe he can like also make a collaboration with a very like successful artist, but that this person, it was like, this person was successful back in time, not now. But this is going to be great, actually, because we have the Ace of Wands. So yes, finally the creation is going to be very passionate. It's going to be very, it's going to get creative all of a sudden. But yeah, I mean, with the Ace of Wands, definitely for it to be a solo release, it's going to be very powerful. It's definitely going to be very. It's going to get a lot of people's attention. Probably they're going to see like a much more like, him being on his own is going to be a great moment to assert a sort of dominion. Like you're going to see him like being solo, and actually like being able to dominate the stage or dominate the performance. He's not going to be lost. It's not going to be awkward to see him doing a solo activity, because sometimes there are some artists that you definitely do see them like they are a bit lost. Like you're like, oh, like, I prefer your, I don't know, the work that you do with groups or with other associations. But in this case, I think that for JK is a possibility to shine and to show himself, and definitely he's going to have fun doing this. He's going to connect with passion, with creativity, with also feeling very masculine and feeling very. And there's a lot of people that actually ask me, what do I mean when I say masculine energy? Or, oh, this person has a lot of masculine energy. This person has a lot of feminine energy. This is not about genders. It's about, the manifestation of that, or the prominence of how prominent that energy is in someone. For example, JK tends to have this very. It's not that his energy is soft, but he's very sensitive. But I think that in this era, probably he's going to get more in contact with his passion itself, and while being more proactive, passionate, and also because he's going to be doing this solo, as a soloist, he has to step up. He has to bring out the fire in him. The passion in him, the dominance in him, the intensity of him. And definitely he will do this. He will transform. He could even he could go back and forth between very nostalgic music to having these sort of performances that either he's going to show his body a bit more probably, or people are going to talk about his appearances and how he looks more mature, but probably more fearless. More like a lot about him being fierce. This is very strong and magnetic energy. That you're going to be, oh, like, well, he really like grew up a lot. Um, but yes, it's his moment. Definitely, I think that with the help of others, he can actually like uplift his potential, because seeing the Two of Pentacles in here, I think that he wasn't like ready, and there's a sense that I'm like he had or he has to move a lot, or like move his energy a lot, or move or travel, or just talk to different people to somehow connect, because he has like the idea, he has the strong feeling of what he wants to express, but he needs to share it with others. He needs other people's feedback. And also, I think that this is why he's moving so much. He probably is like, it's not necessarily that he has to go overseas, but there's a lot of like traveling, a lot of movement, a lot of like going to different locations. And also, I think that, we have been talking about the invasion of his privacy. And I think that when we see the Six of Swords, definitely, I think that he also probably wants to be, he wants to keep moving around a lot so people cannot find him. Because this also like interrupts the flow or the fluency of his creativity. When there's something about him not being able to stay in one place, because there's a sense of like, okay, they're coming for me, yeah, I get this vibe, this Ace of Swords in here. There's definitely there's information of him, like like moving on the internet, or there's people like sharing it, yeah, and it has to do with this female or this group of females, and I have to say this because honestly I just don't like the presence of this person in here, because I don't think that this person contributes to JK's success. But they definitely are very like, they are claiming this place in this spread, and this is what I wanted to say it. Then from the oracle we got the card of Moon in Aries protection. So see what I mean with this? See what I mean with this? This is not for people to freak out or feel sorry for JK, or just like, get concerned or worried. This is, no, he's not in danger. It's not about that. It's just that I think that it's important to understand that people need to work more towards his protection. And probably this is the theme, this is the keyword of the year for JK. Because I think that this was rushed, or this was pushed to happen now because of a certain female. and of certain information being like exposed or people knowing certain things. I don't know, but this was like, okay, we have to, because even though we're talking about the solo, we're just talking about the solo project, and I see this female here pushing it, and I'm like, I have to say it. I cannot, I cannot ignore it. Um, of course, we never know because they are not going to tell us. Oh, yeah, the real reason why we are delivering this today is because this happened. No, but with regard of Moon in Aries, I think that there's something about taking care, protecting JK. And honestly, when I say that this is the card of the fans babying their idol, I think that in this case, probably the fans are right about how protective they get over JK's image or JK's presence. Because definitely there's someone interrupting this, and I think that probably the fans have a sort of like clue about what's going on, but I don't see it here. I mean, I don't see the details. I just see a small part. But probably the fans also will work with much more action. Also, they will become more active in protecting JK because there's this person here I don't like. This Queen of Pentacles here I don't like. I feel like she has nothing to do with him. I don't know what she's doing here, but she's like somehow like manipulating everything. So thank God things are going to go well. It's going to be a very prosperous project. But I think here with the Moon in Aries, definitely like I would encourage, like not encourage, because like I don't want the fans to go crazy, but I think that there's going to be this feeling in the fandom, and probably even if you're not a fan, you're going to get this sort of feeling, like even if you don't support the group, you're going to be like, oh please, like protect him, like be better at protecting him, like protect your artist in a more efficient way. Actually the audience getting a bit like frustrated, because when we have the Moon in Aries, it's all about being proactive. It's all about also being very straightforward. Also with the Ace of Wands in here, there's this energy, this passion, this something that is like probably the audience is going to demand the company to protect the artist in a more efficient way, because there's something in here that I don't like, like. And but I think that in this case, if the fandom is acting like overprotective, I think that they have the reason. They have a reason, and they probably. It's not that they are delusional. It's not that they are intense. No, it's more like probably some people of the fandom know what this is about. It's just that they are not talking about it because they are being respectful. They have hints about who these people are, the stalkers, and they are like, okay, we have information about these people, or we have contacted the company, and the company reassured us that they had everything under control, but nevertheless we want this control to be more strict. So this is not going to interrupt this project or anything that JK has to do. Actually, his creativity is going to be in a very good space, but I think that this rushed somehow this event. And this is what I want to say, like, and of course that I don't claim that I know these people. These are just tarot readings. Take it with a grain of salt, like people say. I'm just reading cards. But this is, for me, when I saw this, I was like, okay, I have to say it, even if it doesn't make sense. I have to say it because it get me like I got this feeling of feeling very accelerated, feeling my heartbeat very accelerated when I saw this. I'm like, there's something in here that I'm not, I'm not very comfortable with these people, this person being here. But then the cards are all about movement, are all about, looking for solutions, looking for the best way to present this. Uh, so yeah, it's going to be very successful. Like, it's going to be powerful, impactful. Honestly, I don't see a card of success, but we know that it's JK, so it's going to be successful. But I see that is much more than being successful, about money. I think that is more about an impact. The Ace of Wands is like the beginning, the very passionate beginning of something. So this is going to be very meaningful time for JK as an artist. And he's going to connect with creativity again. So I think that it's going to be very exciting, very passionate, but yeah, probably, I think that he's going to show a very much like a more attractive, like he is attractive, of course, but he's going to show a much more alluring side of himself. And probably this is why the fans would want to protect him more, because probably he's going to become a sort of sex symbol, like, and probably the fans being like, oh, we already have crazy people around him, please, like, protect him. Like, he's going to get very magnetic and very popular. Like, he is popular, but I think that he's going to be much more. So, this is why they got the card of protection, because there's it seems that as his popularity arises, and as his popularity is becoming stronger and stronger and more and more and more, the more protection you have to give him. Okay? So, yes, guys, this is all I have for him. I hope it made sense. So, thank you so much, guys, for requesting this. I'll see you in my next video. Bye.